because some of the supernatural Natchez Indian vibe got all over me at that mound, and I'm interfering with the natural world.
Join us for the ride of a lifetime.
Let's watch an idiot try to ride a motorcycle. Some guy rides.
Good morning, dudes. How's it going? I had a pretty good night. It started to cool down about at 8 o'clock, and it got kind of nice. It was like totally comfortable, which is surprising. And I slept pretty good, I would say. No amenities at this place at all, but it's totally fine, man. Totally fine. And I was too lazy to get out my camp coffee, so I'm gonna have to stop somewhere and get some coffee, maybe check the emails and all that junk. And then we will get on the Natchez Trace road. And actually there's another mound site called Emerald that I think is like right up here, so maybe I'll go check that out too. I don't know why I'm interested in these mounds. It's like they're kind of boring. I mean, there's nothing really to see, but it's more of a go ahead. Yeah. It's more of a vibe you get from these places. I mean, they're just like ancient people. I don't know. It's just kind of cool, I think. And maybe it's left over from my mom was a major like history buff, and we lived in Roswell, Georgia for a while. And man, she would make us stop at every single like roadside marker and field where something happened. And I think maybe I developed my appreciation for such things, if I have any appreciation, way back then. And this is the Blues Highway, which would be cool as well. I think you go past where Robert Johnson signed the deal with the devil and all that stuff. So that would be cool, but not today. Oh, and I have no idea now where that Emerald place is. I'm gonna have to stop. Hold on. Settle down. You're getting ahead of yourselves. And I just got that urge to just get on there and go. But Emerald Mound. I'm trying to be better about that. It's only 4 minutes away. Oh, and I'm going the right way. Check me out. I'm trying to be better about that. I don't know if it's a thing that needs to be betterized, but that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? So let's go check it out. It's what time is it? My clock says 7:43, so it's 6:43. I think when I took the antennas off the bike, which I'm so psyched to have them gone, what a hassle. I believe that I may have disrupted the GPS capabilities in there, which I'll never use the navigation. I've never even really turned it on. I don't know if it even works. I think it does, actually. But what am I talking about? Oh, but I think when I got rid of the antennas, I messed something up. That's the Natchez Trace. I also changed the oil on this machine a few days before I took off, and it was surprisingly easy. Like super easy. The first video I saw, I'm like, oh no, because they took off the whole front big plastic piece. Look at these birds, man. They just don't give a shit. Dudes. But then I watched another video where the guy didn't do that, and I went with that one, and it was just super easy. It took 15-20 minutes and I was done. And I'm all into the what oil to use on the Goldwing. Just like any other bike, there's like opinions. I went with Shell Rotella that I got in Biloxi. And I didn't get it in Biloxi, but I think that it should be made in Biloxi. And I don't know why I chose that oil, but I did. Okay, there's a big mound filled with remains of Natchez, because that's how you say it, right? Natchez Indians. Before you is the second largest temple mound in the United States. Only Monk Mounds in Illinois is larger. 8-acre mound built and used from 1300 to 1600 by the Mississippians, ancestors of the Natchez Indians. Unlike dome-shaped mounds constructed only for burials, Emerald Mound supported temples, ceremonial structures, and burials of a complex society's civic and religious leaders. We could have gotten AI Attenborough to read that. I don't think there's anywhere to go or anything to see here. Oh, there's a little gate. I guess you can walk around. I'll walk around. I'll bite. Are they playing stickball? That's huge in Cherokee. I've watched those. Maybe that's not stickball. What is this? Part traditional game. But I watched some Cherokee dudes play stickball, and dudes, it's rough. If it's kind of rough now, just imagine what it was like then. They settled disputes that way. The different tribes, instead of killing each other, they'd play stickball. These freaking violent bouts of stickball. I think people died during the games too, because it was mental and super rough. And I think that's where field hockey sort of got its start. Okay, that's Emerald Mound, everybody. Really exciting. But do you feel the vibe here? Do you feel the vibe at all? I do a little bit. I mean, stuff happened here. All right, dudes, that mound was super moundy. It was cool, man. Shit went on there. I'm on the Natchez Trace. Here we go. Oh, and I think I need to get Gaia going. Where's Gaia? Where are you, Gaia? There you are. Let's see if this works at all. Okay, I had Emerald Mound marked. I don't really see my route in here. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not crazy about Gaia on the Chiggy. I'm not crazy about it. Over there, 61, that's the Blues Highway. Might have to come back for that one sometime. I just want a little more functionality on the Chiggy, just a little. So it's a beautiful morning, and the weather is good, and I'm on a motorcycle. So what can you say? Okay, now here's another thing. On my phone, I can see the labels of the stuff that I'm going to, and here there's no labels, and you can't click on it to see what the hell it is. Look, it's not Chiggy's fault, it's Gaia's fault for not developing a CarPlay version that works well. So I'm blaming Gaia on this one. And it could be that I have something set wrong, but like there's nothing to set in here. It's just I don't know. Is there something I'm missing? No, I don't think so. I don't know. I'm giving Guy a I don't know, like a D plus maybe? Not even. I mean, these are basic functions that I would like to use. So, there you go. This definitely would not work for me on a BDR type trip. Not even a little bit. Oh, and last night for a second, I watched, I had like a little cell signal, so I watched some of the Southeast BDR, which I meant to watch on the premiere night. And both Tat Steve and Johnny Powell emailed me that night or texted, and they're like, dude, it's happening in Asheville, like the live stream of the premiere. And it was at Eurosport down in Mills River. I should have gone. I totally should have gone. I had no idea, no clue. But I guess the owner of Eurosport rode with him on some of it. And it looked pretty cool. Johnny Powell's like, I wouldn't start till Selma, it looked boring. And he's right, but I would want to do the whole thing, just to do the whole thing. Starting in Florida would be kind of cool. You start at the coast, at some beach. And I don't know, it did look boring. And there was some sand, which I'm not a huge fan of. But I don't know. I'd like to do the whole thing. And then once you get into Georgia and Tennessee and North Carolina, I recognized a lot of the roads. Like, I think I recognized all the roads, maybe. So I don't think there's anything new for me there, really. But it's a different route. It's kind of like the Georgia Traverse that shared a bunch of the roads too, but it was still fun because it was just a different angle on it. So I will do it eventually. Hopefully when it cools down. Johnny Powell was like, it's too hot, and he is correct, as I'm finding. Okay, this is Mount Locust, and I forget what this is. If Gaia worked, I would be able to tell you. Mount Locust isn't open. So there's a historic house down there, I suppose. Okay, Mount Locust. I didn't see it. My plans are not coming together. I guess it's too early. Fail. I blame Gaia. If this wasn't grayed out like that, I bet it would be open. Maybe it's because it's grayed out that I've caused it to be closed. Because some of the supernatural Natchez Indian vibe got all over me at that mound, and I'm interfering with things. I'm interfering with the natural world. Somebody commented on, I've been posting this trip in real time on Substack, which I will usually do. So if you haven't, go check out the Substack. There are old ride reports that are fairly humorous, I guess. There's some funny stuff in it, and I don't know. I like at the end of the day trying to remember what happened and writing it down. I don't know why it's fun, because it's kind of a big freaking hassle, but I like it. So there's the one on Snake and Jake's that's coming out this morning. I usually delay them by a day just in case something weird happens, or I don't know why. But yeah, go check that out. Go subscribe. If you subscribe, whenever I write one, you'll get it in an email, and you can delete it immediately, but at least you'll get it. That's about it. I guess I'm just gonna ride on the Natchez Trace, and there's no drones on the Natchez Trace, just like the Blue Ridge Parkway. So I will not be flying the drone. And I think I said I hopped on about 7 miles north of the actual start, And I can tell you what I missed is this, 7 miles of this. So I'm not going to feel bad about that. I guess I should have gotten on it down closer to Natchez, and then I could have ridden it up to the campground and done it like that, but I didn't do that because I didn't know. So there you go. Oh, the reason I brought up Substack is because somebody commented on one of the posts on this trip, and they're like, dude, you don't seem as insane as on your BDR type trips. And I think that's true, maybe. On those trips, I don't know, it usually takes about 4 days for me to go crazy. And I think part of that is on those trips, it's a little more remote and you feel more alone, I think. Maybe that's part of it. Also, I don't listen to anything on those trips. I haven't listened to much on this trip, but I've listened to a couple of news shows and a podcast or two. That gives it a different vibe too. So I don't know. There's still plenty of time to let your mind wander, that's for sure, and have weird thoughts. But I'm just not having weird thoughts right now. You can't push that. You gotta let it happen. If you try to push weird thoughts, you're gonna get nothing. Nothing at all. So we'll just let it ride. I don't know if this trip is long enough for me to go crazy. I really do need 4 or 5 days, and then my brain starts to get weird. So I don't know if we're gonna get that far. Because, and again, the planning stage is always so different from what actually happens. I don't know. When I'm planning, I'm like, man, I'll sleep in. Maybe I'll take off at like 10. So that means I'll get up there at, 4 or 5. That's about time to start looking for campground. But then the reality of it is, I get up super early because what are you gonna do? Lay there in a tent? I guess you could, but I don't. As soon as I wake up, I'm like, all right, let's get going. And then in the evening, it's so freaking hot that I just don't want to get to camp until it's a little bit later. I don't know what's going to happen today. Like, my plan was to get to this park up the way maybe 5 hours or so if I drove straight there. But I plan on, stopping at whatever there is to stop at. And, but I don't know. Maybe it'll go quicker, and I will keep going. I don't know. And then that would mean, because I planned on at least 3 more days. I think it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then getting home is another day. So I don't know. I just don't know. I am babbling, I'll tell you that much. Okay, first of all, future Ange, can you put together a little AI Attenborough telling people what the Natchez Trace is? That would be helpful.
The Natchez Trace is a historic forest trail, roughly 440 miles long, connecting Natchez, Mississippi to Nashville, Tennessee. This was a vital route for Native Americans, European settlers, and others throughout American history. It is now commemorated by this scenic byway that offers a journey through 10,000 years of history. This 444-mile parkway generally follows the original route of the Natchez Trace, offering beautiful scenery and historical sites. There are opportunities for hiking, biking, horseback riding, camping, and exploring historic sites along the way as you cross Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee. It's a bit boring, but quite a pleasant ride.
So that's just a little portion of the the old trail. I don't know if it's sunken like that because of how many people used it or what, but there you go. Cool little bit of vibe down there, and I'm sure AI Attenborough gave you a decent overview of the Natchez Trace. And but yeah, it was a trail made by the Natchez Indians, or Natchez, according to the dude I randomly met in a parking lot, to get from Natchez to Nashville. And I always have this fake affinity for Native American stuff because I was lied to my whole life and told that my family had Cherokee blood. And they had, like, I don't know, they had records, I thought. Like a great-great-great-grandmother or something was supposed to be full-blooded Cherokee. And then, I've mentioned this a million times before, but then we got the genetics testing and nothing. Not one drop. I was devastated, man. I liked that. I liked having that. So anyway, I have lingering Native American affinities, which I think now you call that cultural appropriation. I'm not sure. I think we'll skip the Magnum Mound. I mean, how many mounds can you look at in one day? You know what I mean? I guess my Native American affinities are just like fading. I want to give thanks to the weather gods for this cool morning. I know it's not going to last forever, but I'm really digging it. So thank you, weather gods. What is that? Is that just a dog? I guess it's just a dog. I don't know why that freaked me out. I thought it was a black bear, maybe. Just a boring freaking dog. Oh, speaking of ancestry, so you know, a couple days ago I was talking about trying to get my Italian dual citizenship and failing at it. Well, I've never really been into like the whole ancestry, checking it out, whatever, all that stuff. But I got into it a little bit. Like my great grandfather Mariano Gianni. I told you that I found the street named after him in San Mauro, Italy, and I will go there someday. It's this mountain town in Italy, in Sicily, and it just looks cool, man. It looks cool. But it didn't look cool to him because he wanted to get the hell out of there and come to America. He was a Choctaw boundary. He was a cobbler. He made shoes. That's what he did in America too when he got here. And anyway, when this all started, my aunt, who is the keeper of all things family, she found this treasure trove of stuff, like documents, old photographs, like their immigration papers, their marriage licenses. She didn't have his birth certificate because he probably never had it. It's in Italy somewhere. Anyway, so she found all this stuff, and then we were talking, and you know, she has all these stories that I guess she got from my grandfather, I don't know if she ever, I guess she knew them. I guess, maybe, my great-grandparents? She would have been little. Actually, she wouldn't have known him. She was too young. So anyway, but his wife, oh shit, what was his wife's name? Oh my God, I can't remember. I'm a terrible person. But anyway, his wife was supposed to have been like this ball buster, king of the house lady. And I don't know where I'm going with that, but and then my grandparents, she found all kinds of stuff on them, and of course I knew them, and they were cool. My grandfather was like all he did was smoke Winston cigarettes in his chair and just fill up that ashtray. It was disgusting. And he was a doctor. He had an ashtray in the exam room, and he would smoke during your appointment, because that's how it was then. And anyway, he was kind of a stoic, sort of like quiet Italian dude. And my grandmother was a fun-loving gal from West Virginia. And I don't think she had any Italian in her, but she became Italian, that's for sure. Her last name was Hess, and I don't think anybody wanted to delve into the ancestry on that side, because who knows what kind of German hell is in that family tree with a name like Hess. But anyway, she was super cool and super fun, and just like a great lady. She was a great musician. She played organ in the Catholic Church like throughout her life, and she was just very funny and very fun. She was cool. And she wasn't Italian, but she sure could cook Italian food. And they met during World War II. He was a surgeon and she was a nurse, and I guess they met somewhere over there. And there's this book that still exists called G.I. Gianni, and it's just their pictures from that time. And oh man, it's brutal, dude. They were in the middle of it, and I don't know where they were when it ended, but they've got the pictures of just the piles of dead bodies and like all that stuff, and you know, they're in them. It's crazy. It's crazy what they saw, and it's just amazing people can go through stuff like that and come out the other side and be okay. It's wild. But anyway, they and I might have said this before, but you know, all the old family legends came to light. Like, my grandfather was a musician too. He played violin. He was very, very good. And for the longest time, everyone said he had a Stradivarius that was priceless. But I think after he died, the violin's still around somewhere. It's not a Stradivarius, I don't think, but it is something super, super fancy, super Italian, super old, and probably worth a good bit of money. But it's not a Stradivarius. So I think this is going to be a story of legends lost to just like my Cherokee heritage. But then there's another story that he played at Carnegie Hall. I don't know if that's true or not. I've never looked into it. I bet there's be a way to find the playbill or something. I don't know. But that's cool. And oh, my grandmother. This story came up. This is like a famous Gianni story about my grandmother. She you know, she was always playing in these Catholic churches, and so it was one of the priest's birthdays, and she got him a card that she just thought was so cute and funny, and it said something like, happy birthday, and it had a picture of an organ. That's why she bought it. It was an organ with some flowers and a vase on top, and it said, "Happy birthday, I want to put my tulips on your organ." She gave that to a priest. Oh my God. I wonder if that card still exists. Well, she gave it to him. Oh my God. That is so her. That is just the perfect. Oh my God. I love that story so much. I don't care. That one's true. It's got to be true. I kind of remember when that happened, and it was like, oh, that is a good one. Giving that to a priest. Grandma, come on. What are you thinking about? Oh, that's good stuff. Good job, Ruthie. Good job. Anyway, that sums up my grandmother. She was hilarious. And then there's the thing where, and I think this is true, I've looked into this. My grandfather went back to Italy to go to medical school in Rome when he was young. And he graduated, and Mussolini spoke at his graduation. This is before, of course, World War II, and before he had, I don't know where it was in the whole fascism thing or whatever. But so there's a picture supposedly of my grandfather shaking Mussolini's hand at the graduation. And then so he came back, became a doctor, blah 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 blah, and then I guess the war started, and supposedly they hid that picture. I don't know why they didn't just burn it, but supposedly they hid it because they didn't think it would be good for anyone to find a picture of my grandfather shaking Mussolini's hand at that moment in time. And I think they're right about that. So anyway, that's another story. That's a good one. I would love for that picture to resurface. And then the other big story was that my grandfather, for some reason, I'm not sure why, there's something about, I don't know, he didn't trust the bank or something like this, I don't know. But he put $10,000 in a coffee can and buried it in the yard somewhere, and then forgot where the hell he buried it. And so there were times when, I mean, my father has like 6 brothers and sisters, or there were 6 siblings. So it was a big family. And then there was a half sister too, and then I had 13 cousins. And so when we would get together at the lake house where they lived, this old crickety Victorian lake house in New Jersey, Lake Apacon, we would get together and it would just be, I don't know, 40 people, like just a massive amount of people, and it was fun. It was just like, there was always drama, somebody was always upset, there was always yelling and screaming, there was always food cooking, and it was great. It was just great. Me and all my cousins got along great. We'd put on plays in the attic and make all the parents come watch and all that stuff. It was an amazing, like, that lasted until I was about 13 years old, and then it all sort of fell apart. But it was great. And there were times that I remember when the entire family would be out in the yard digging, looking for that goddamn coffee can with $10,000 in it, and nobody ever found it, obviously. But that was a fun one too. I don't know why I got off on the ancestry stuff. I guess because of my Cherokee heartbreak, which could be a record name maybe. Cherokee heartbreak. But anyway, yeah, when I was talking to Aunt Chris, I was just thinking about all these stories from that family, and a funny bunch of people, man. Some weirdos, some big personalities, and some good stuff. Some good stuff. All right, I'm in Clinton, Mississippi, and I just got some fuel for the bike, and now I need some fuel for myself in the form of coffee. So that's what I'm doing. The weather is still really nice. It's what, 9, almost 10, and I'm digging it, but I can feel it wanting to get hot as hell. I can feel it coming. Right on, just stopped in Clinton, Mississippi to get a glorious coffee, man. It was good. And I loved the little spot. It was like there's some kind of college right there. And so there were like students and professors hanging out, and good art on the walls and stuff. Just like an old house. It was good stuff. Checked emails, and there was nothing important to see, which is always good. And I'm back on the NT, man. That's what professional travelers call the Natchez Trace. And I wonder if what was the group from way back? What's that called? The government organization that, you know, during the Depression they just used it to kind of create jobs, and that's who built the Blue Ridge Parkway. And I wonder if it's the same that built this. What was that called? Why can't I remember? Oh, brain function diminishing. Anyway, it seems like it would be the same organization that built this. It's kind of similar. And the heat has been turned on as expected. It's about 10, and it's it's not kidding. So I enjoyed the morning. I appreciate the morning. And now we're back to hell on the temperature. I tried to look at the app to see what the weather was up to. I'm getting past a lot on this road, but I don't really care. I'm just not going much over the speed limit. I don't want to. And yeah, there's the weather app. It doesn't look like I've got much to worry about today. So I think that's all good. And I'm just gonna cruise for a while. Dude, it's a house. 500 AD. You know? That's crazy. I mean, it's not crazy. Why wouldn't there be a house in 500 AD? It's just wild. It's wild. Northern boundary of West Florida. You know, I really feel like I'm getting used to this bike. I've gotten used to it. I'm used to it. There are still times when the weight is noticeable. You know what I mean? Mostly times like this when I'm stopping or starting, and I get off balance a little bit, and getting off balance with 800 pounds can be a bad thing. I have never dropped this bike yet, which is very surprising, and I'm looking for some wood to knock on, because I really don't ever want to. I don't want to ever drop it. But when I do drop it, if I do, it's going to be at a gas station or at a stop sign or something like that. Because it's really well balanced, and as soon as you're going, there's no weight to it at all. But under 3 miles an hour, it can be tricky. Or like getting into that campsite last night, you know, I struggled a little bit just because of the loose dirt and the weird angles, and it just shouldn't be in stuff like that. But I don't know, I feel like I can maneuver it better. I can do slow speed maneuvers a little bit better than I used to be able to do. And part of that might be that BMW course I took, and part of it is just riding the bike a lot. This is why I don't want to speed, man. I am not interested in those guys getting beat. Wonder what's going on. A survey? That's something that I do not know how it works. Surveying. Like, not at all. I know they look through a thing and there's a pole on the other side with like markings on it or something, but how that works, I am clueless. I think it'd be worth a little YouTube rabbit hole situation just to know what the hell goes on with that. I guess the first thing I don't understand is a point of reference. Like, where do you start? Okay, I get that you're measuring something from there to there, but where do you start? Where's the first point of reference? These are questions that need to be answered. These are questions that have been answered. I just don't know what the answer is. But if I remember, I'm gonna find out. But I probably won't remember. And next time I pass a surveyor, I will say the exact same things. This is some reservoir, I forget what it's called, although it says it right there on my map if I could read it. Ross R. Barnett Reservoir.
We're the same age. We grew up together. This
Some of
is
it.
hotter than usual. Did you by chance stop at a place called Rocky Springs? The church that was pre-Civil War. There's another place called Ruins of Windsor, a little town that Sherman said it was too beautiful to burn. Fun little spot called French Camp. There was some story that witches danced in the moonlight.
Dudes, I've got a knack for getting the old dudes to conversate with me. Damn, that guy was cool. He just was going down to check out the swamp, and he told me about a couple of things that I missed. Windsor Ruins, he said I should have gone to, which I didn't really see that. Riverbend. I saw a sign, but I didn't know what it was, so I didn't go. I didn't have it marked or anything. And he told me about something French, something that I should check out. So if I'm lucky enough to come across that, I will. Oh, is this like... I don't know if this is camping or if it's just day use, but this is cool. I think this is the Pearl River. This is just a spot where it makes a big bend. Well, that's French camp, and the trace is closed, so I gotta take a little detour here. I'm not really sure how far of a detour I need to take. It was a little bit unclear. All right, I'm getting tat vibes. I don't know if the camera was on for any of that, but so I did this huge long detour. I saw a sign that said detour over, but it didn't say which way to go to get back on the trace. So I just followed my nose to get back west, and it was still closed. Sons of bitches. So anyway, this lady stopped and she's like, "What's up, dude? Why are you standing there looking angry?" And anyway, so I'm following her. If I can keep up to her, she's a speed demon. I'm following her back to something, and then I'm gonna do something, and then I gotta get to Matheson, I think that's where I'm at. So it's quite a detour, and I just found out that that was one of the campgrounds I was thinking about, and I saw that it was closed last night, and that's why. So there you go. This lady is cruising, man. She's going 75. I like her style. Anyway, she just said to follow her, and when she takes a right, I take a left. And then I'll figure it out from there. This lady's on fire. She is on fire. Anyway, today's been pleasant, man. I mean, the trace is, it's like, I don't know, it's not super exciting or anything, but I like stopping and reading the signs. I took a couple walks through the swamps, and one time I walked through a swamp until I came to basically a wall of mosquitoes, and I made a hasty departure from that. But it's cool, man. It's just chill. There's no danger. There's no craziness. It's just a chill ride. And I'm down with it. I'm down with it. And I'm glad this lady stopped, because you know from past trips, when I have to start looking at the map and trying to figure something out, it's just always a disaster. Always a disaster. That was a sheriff, and she just don't care. So I think this might have been the first time I've used the horn. I just beeped that lady, like, thank you. And listen to this thing. Oh my God. That's not a motorcycle horn. Okay, I just passed another detour sign, and I thought I should go right, but it said to go straight, so I'm going straight, and I hope it's correct, Amundo. Shit, I bet I should have just gone to Matheson as planned. Let's see if I can make it back on this time. Oh, you son of a bitch. Are you kidding me? The detour sign pointed this way. Oh, I am so pissed.
They did a crappy job with their signage.
Yeah, man.
Really have. All right. You're going to have to come to the end up here to Highway 9.
Thank you, man. It's been I've been all over the place trying to follow the signs, and it's crazy.
Where did it get you? Got you off at French Camp on 413.
Yep.
And it brought you, did it take you to Highway 12?
All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, my friend.
Have a good one.
Safe.
Okay, at least I feel somewhat validated by my utter confusion. I mean, seriously, dudes. Seriously. Am I on the trace? No. Where is it? Oh, road closed. Dudes, I can't take it anymore. I cannot take it anymore. North. Okay, that's south, so I'm good, I think. I'm going to Tupelo, right? Oh my God, finally. That was a nightmare.
Hey, please like this video if you liked this video, and if you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button and the alert bell. Also, if you're interested, there are links to gear lists and goofy t-shirts in the description. Thanks a ton for watching.